Can see this morning, waking up to that wintry weather mix and winter weather advisories across the region.
Yeah, Sanitation Commissioner Ed Grayson joins us live this morning to update us on the freezing rain, snow, and sleet conditions. Good morning, Commissioner. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, so tell us the latest on the conditions out there. How are the streets looking?
Well, we've been salting since really early on the overnight. We had the pre-brining happening from yesterday. So we have some good traction on most of the roadways. Today is definitely a morning to take the extra time, try to avoid it. There's still going to be some spotty, icy conditions. So we're going to have our entire fleet rolling throughout this entire precip event. We are thankfully, expecting, those temps to rise. But then later in the day, we are looking at that steep drop off in temps again. So we're going to be out there definitely treating roadways into the evening and looking for any standing water locations on the overnight, because it's going to be really, really cold at the tail end of this. But thankfully for right now, it stays in a mostly, sleety precipitation kind of thing, and we've been able to stay ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, I drove in this morning. I got to say, you guys did a great job around the Midtown Manhattan area. I didn't see the outer boroughs. So how are you positioning those crews kind of in those outer boroughs where the streets get narrower, right? And that's where a lot more people are driving.
Yeah, we realizing that there was the chance for this transitional moisture throughout this event, looking for possibly that high sleet content, which is what we saw. So we had a good tracing of sleet all throughout the outer boroughs. We were really spending a lot of time. We did a lot of pre-salting ahead of on the arterials leading into the AM rush, and we did the best we could to get that salt and brine assets into the residential streets to try to make an impact early on. And then that coupled with the really great timing of the travel advisories, we were getting the message out yesterday that even though this didn't look like a significant depth event, it was definitely going to be the advent of ice and slippery roads. And I think that messaging was really spot on, and I'm really happy with the performance of the crews that got into those residential streets really early this morning.
So you've been to all the roads, not just the main ones.
Yeah, it's an active process, absolutely. So we're still out there, we're still into the residential. We've completed a substantive portion of the critical residential travel routes. So we're looking for those roads on those more, second tier roads that lead into the main avenues, trying to get there and naturally focusing on all the areas around the schools right at the outset. This way we can make sure that there's safe travel getting in and out of those buildings for the people that have to get towards those areas. And even though this is a great week, we're lucky schools are closed.
Right.
But they get that priority treatment, and those are the typical routes that are heavily traversed in the mornings, because people just have those normal habitual travel routes. So for all those with an AM commute, we did the best we could in those residential areas to make sure that they stayed on time.
I do love the word tertiary.
I didn't get to say it.
How are those tertiary streets doing, But let me ask you this, because last time you were here, we were talking about some of the staffing issues because of COVID cases and mandates and so on and so forth. So are you back today to pre-COVID numbers? How's the staffing doing?
Thankfully for right now, we were hitting a peak we were in the 20 percentile at the height of Omicron. And just like we're seeing in so many areas of the city, the rates have come down. We are literally at a 7% outage rating overall, and we're doing really well with our outage. And really, thankfully, our microcosm of the population is staying in line with the good trends that we're seeing in the overall health of New York City. So we're really happy with where we're going. Our vaccination rates are really high, we're close to 98%, and we're really doing well with that. And I'm just happy to have a healthy workforce, and they're doing a great job today and every day.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. And just a quick reminder for the folks at home, homeowners, business owners, what are their responsibilities today as far as the icy sidewalks, icy driveways, et cetera?
Well, thankfully, yes, absolutely. So at the cessation of the frozen precip, depending on what time it is today, we expect to be out there, within 4 hours to try to provide some anti-icing. And really, that's what we're looking towards. But this is something about being a good neighbor. Look today try to make sure you have some traction in front of your house. Try to make sure that you're thinking about what those icing conditions are. And more importantly, for everyone, remember that anything that stays wet, luckily we're looking at some possible wind later for some drying, so that could be helpful. But don't presume everything's going to dry out. Think about having some anti-icing down, some calcium chloride, even whether it's in front of your house or on the steps leading in and out to your house, your egresses, because they are going to be slippery. And for the most part, definitely continue to take the extra travel time. Don't try to go in and out of driveways quickly. You never know where there can be some spotting ice. So if you can get out there with some anti-icing, put some calcium chloride down, and just be cognizant that today would be definitely a day to stay indoors if you can. definitely, if you're traveling and walking or biking, take that extra travel time. And more importantly, also think traction, think having some shoes that have some traction on it. This is definitely not a good day for something that doesn't have a good rubber sole, rugged. And just be careful.
My gosh, you're giving it all.
Dan,
what do you say?
What are
you saying? Throwing the spikes in the bottom of the shoes here, the attachable spikes?
Do it all.
You could have used that advice a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, when I fell and broke my wrist. All right. Good stuff there, Commissioner Ed Grayson. Thank you. Thanks to your crews for keeping those roads clear and safe. And stay safe out there for the rest of the day, okay?
Thank you so much, you guys as well. Thank you.
Take care.